Robin Webb. Alan Anderson, son of Chris and Terry Anderson. Let's have a hand for our 2021 seniors.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sterling High School, or I should say Sterling College, as we have tonight's matchup between the #1 ranked in 2A, the Garden Plain Owls, taking on the Sterling home Black Bears. Garden Plain comes in tonight fresh off a 14-13 hard-fought game against the Conway Springs Cardinals last week, as the Owls held the Cardinals from getting the extra point, 2-point conversion, late in the fourth quarter to go ahead and win that game 14-13. Garden Plain, an annual power, finished last year at, I believe, 10-1 as they got to the semifinals in 2A before they lost to Hoisington. And they'll be a formidable opponent. How bad did they lose? My partner Clark the Shark wants to know. It 22-48. 22-48. You are muted. You're number 2. You're always number 2, Clark. Well, the last time we saw the Owls, we were up in Manhattan, and we saw the girls lose, the Lady Black Bears lose to the Garden Plain Lady Owls. And then on Thursday, the Sterling boys defeated the Erie Red Devils and stuck around and watched Garden Plain defeat Hoxie, if I'm not mistaken. And it was shortly thereafter, or during that time, that the state tournament got canceled. And so it seems like we see Garden Plain a lot anymore. We've seen them last few years in basketball a lot, but this is the first time I can ever remember seeing them in football since I've been at Sterling in 32 years. So traditionally a very good team. State champion, I believe, in 2007, and I apologize if I'm wrong there. And yeah, that was 2007. Sterling in 1982. And they bring in a really good team. They did lose a number of good players last year, high production players last year, but if last week's any indication, they have reloaded. They do have a new coach, Dan Adelhart. He moves over from Cape and Mount Carmel, used to be at Heston in the old CKL. And their former head coach moved on to Andover High School, and but it seems like they're just reloading what I could see on film. And they last week they started Trandon Dare at quarterback, and then would bring in Cade Rockers, the senior. Dare's also a senior, but they're really loaded. Sterling comes off a tough loss last week to Sedgwick. And Sedgwick quarterback Lance Hoffsummer threw for over 289 yards and 428 total yards. And the Black Bears just struggled to move the ball, stop anything last week. I think the potential's there. Hopefully a week of having Braxton Linden at center will help the Black Bears speed up their offense a little bit. Kaz Comley was 1 for 7 for 38 yards, and he did run for 43 yards. And so with that being said, I'm going to bring in my partner, the one and only, the Clark the Shark Comley. What do you think about your nephew running for 38 yards? He actually had more than that because he got one of them called back.
Yeah, they got a long one called back.
Yeah,
What did I think about it?
Yeah, you know, you said he ran like you.
Yeah. I don't know if he really, yeah. He kind of runs a little bit. He kicks his heels up a little bit like I do.
I did not see that. I watched that play over and over again, and I didn't see anybody kicking up their heels. I just saw Kaz scooting. He was.
Okay, maybe he doesn't run like me. He's a little faster than me.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm not very fast.
Well, you had a big win last night.
Yeah.
Started off with a pick 6 on a 3rd and 10.
Not our team, the other team.
Yeah, that's
we
what,
picked off.
Yeah, well, you started off with a pick 6 and scored a touchdown.
Hey, here come the Black Bears. Oh my gosh! Did you get that on film?
Probably.
They just totally crushed the trading table.
And our trainer needs a trainer.
They do. They just injured the trainers.
Broke the table.
And I think they broke the table. And I hope that goes on America's Funniest Videos. That's got to be on there.
It could be on
Is your
there.
replay thing working?
No.
Oh, you
Well,
need your replay thing working.
Anybody could go back and watch it. I don't think you can actually see it because the scoreboard was there.
Oh, well.
And I'm watching it right now, and yeah, they ran right through that. It wasn't nearly as good as you thought.
It's not? Oh,
No,
it was
wasn't.
funny.
It wasn't nearly
Describe
as good.
it. Do a slow motion play-by-play of it.
Well, they saw it. It just ran into the trainer, so.
Oh, well, I thought it was funny.
Hopefully
Sorry.
there'll be more exciting. That you did think that was funny. That was you. I've seen you get excited before, but that's the first time in a
Well, it was unexpected. I was sitting there watching it, and kashaboom!
Ka-shaboom.
They always wiped the whole thing clear out.
New word from Clark the Shark. Ka-shaboom. Well, thank you for joining us. We do appreciate those of you watching around the country. I know some of you pray from Garden Plain, and you probably, if you've been on our network, then you know Clark and I. We'll do the best we can. We do entertain the home fans and have a good game tonight. Again, Sedgwick defeated Sterling 45-0 last week at Sedgwick, and I know the Black Bears coaches were frustrated with their tackling, and they're going to have to tackle tonight. And frustrated with their ball handling. We had 3 fumbles.
Hey, I want you to look at Garden Plain coming on the field there.
They have some sweet white uniforms with black hats.
Well, that's okay, but look at our sideline, their sideline, and we got more guys.
Well,
that's what I noticed.
We'll talk about that after the national anthem. The Sterling High School pep band led by Abby Giles. Thank you to Abby Giles and the Sterling High School pep band in this weird time. And we just got a text from our principal, Phil Bressler, who just said that the new athletic training table will come out of your budget, Clark.
Yeah. What else is new?
Yeah, 50 cents.
I'm serious. The table is not working. Look at them down there. They can't use it.
No, it's done.
The table is, the legs are bent.
It's done.
Only that stuff happens to me.
You must be rubbing off after this.
That's supposed to happen in my lawn chairs when I sit in it. Have you ever sat and the thing just collapses?
I have. Yeah.
Really?
I've gone through them before, Clark.
Well, I've just been there, and you can just slowly feel the blades bending before you. It's like slow motion.
No, there's not many things you do in it's fast motion, so not surprised. Well, the Garden Plain Owls come in as Reed Adelhart, junior son of Coach Dan Adelhart. He had 15 carries and 55 yards last night. Jebediah Nowak had 52 yards on 9 carries. Cade Rockers at quarterback carried for 52 yards on 6, so they're very balanced. And Traden Dare 8 for 26 against a really stout Conway Springs team. Colby Hockep, he had 2 receptions for 49, and Travis Shear 1 for 12. So they're just an all-around solid team. Watched them on film this week, and
what do they run?
Well, they run a little shotgun. They run a little T formation. They run a little unbalanced. They have multiple
they like
formations.
To throw it or like to run it?
They're going to run it.
Right, their run game.
Yeah, they're going to run it, and Sterling's going to run it too.
Well, we'll be home by 9:30.
Well, we about were last week, weren't we? Unfortunately, it was because of the score, not necessarily because since it was 40.
Yeah, then we played that 5th quarter that lasted longer than both halves combined.
That's true.
But it was fun. I'm glad we did it.
Black Bears were down 35-0 at halftime, and Sedgwick would tack on a touchdown and a field goal in the 3rd quarter. Maybe the field goal in the 4th quarter.
Man, our black uniforms are sweet.
I could use white pants.
Well, you could probably get some sometime.
Oh, they have them. We wore them last week.
Well, that's because we were on artificial turf. Probably didn't have to wash them.
That's exactly what it was. Next week, the Black Bears travel to Chaparral to play the Roadrunners.
It looks like a prison out there.
does kind of in the
But
middle
it's a
of
good
nowhere.
school. It's really nice inside there, but you think, where am I pulling up?
Just out in the middle of nowhere. And
Yeah.
Caden Webb and Cody Royer head to for the flip. And that'll be Cade Rockers, and I believe that is Anthony Hayes. Hayes is all-state linebacker for the
55?
Yep.
He's an all-state linebacker, huh?
For the Garden Plain Owls.
I sure hope they disinfected their hands over there.
I'm sure they'll do it when they get back to the bench.
No, over there on the other side.
Why?
Well, look at them.
Oh, they're holding hands? Yeah.
Get out the disinfectant.
1:48 left. I guess you have the clock and scoreboard on as the official flips it. Sterling has won the toss. They've deferred.
All right, we deferred it.
They'll kick that way as Garden Plain will receive, and we'll get to see this Garden Plain offense. I was impressed with the Garden Plain offense. Their linemen are impressive. They get off the football and they get right after it. And Sterling has got to do a good job. Linebackers have to do a good job of filling. And Sterling going to run a little different defense this week than they did last week. Move to a more of a 3-man, 5-man front with 3 linebackers. So
have you ever played 8-man football or been around it much?
I have never
had that.
Never coached a game, and never. I've only seen 2 8-man games.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I thought you were supposed to play one last night against Marion.
Yeah, that was 11. I didn't know what I was talking about.
Obviously.
I figured it out before the day. But
Well, I hoped it was before.
yeah, I
2
figured it out
minutes
during
before the
week.
game started.
Yeah. Did we get is this our roster?
Yep,
Garden
turn it
Plain
over.
good.
So Zane Guerrero, the senior, who was out as a freshman and then became a manager for the rest of that year after he got hurt. He's grown significantly. In fact, he might be twice his size as he was as a freshman.
Yeah, he looks good now.
He does. Jeb Nowak will be back to receive for
Kicking off for the Black Bears, number 16.
What was
Jay
that
Romero.
name?
Nowak.
Back to return to the Owls, number 26.
Is
Jay
that
Nowak.
European?
I don't think so. Well, there's a lot of European names out there. Like Richter's European.
Really?
Comley's Europe. Yes.
I know I'm European.
Wenzel's European.
How do you know that?
Well-
Because you're a history teacher? Just
well,
know
it's just
where
ancestry.
names come from?
All right, here
Have
we
you
go.
been on myancestry.com or
No,
what?
I have not. Guerrero's kick will go at about the 20. It's by Reed Adelhart.
I thought that one guy gave a fair catch signal. You guys see that?
I did not.
Not the guy that caught it, the guy next to him.
Okay.
Return to the 31-yard line.
Garden Plain will take over at their own 36-yard line. Black Bears have Zach Surface here out at the, I guess that's an outside linebacker this week, or a Caden Webb in an end. Trevor Oakes at the nose. There's a give and a big hole tackle by Zach Surface.
I know they got a few yards there, but that was a good first down play for us.
I thought so after last week.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
4 yards.
Last week that was a 8 or 10 yard gain rather than 4. 2nd and 6 for the Owls. This is Adelhart. Runs by the penetration of Allen Anderson. Allen had him, maybe got too deep. And nice stop by,
Tackle made by Cody
it is Cody Royer.
3rd down 4.
3rd and 4, so this is definitely an improvement.
I don't want to make a big deal out of this, but
No, I don't either.
I think this is kind of a big down in the game. If
Right.
we would stop them and force a punt right away, I think it would be a big momentum gainer for us and a little bit of like wake-up call for Garden Plain, probably.
Now, in all honesty, they didn't practice against this front all week, so they'll have to be adjusting. This is Rockers. It's really a quarterback sweep, and he'll be tackled
Got
by
him.
Donovan Hopewell.
Cade Rockers on the carry. Tackle for loss by Donovan
Well, a
Hopewell.
lot better than last week.
I don't think they'll punt.
Why? They got that great a defense?
Now they are going to punt,
They're on, I would think.
or at least set up and punt
They're gonna
formation.
set up and punt
This is
formation.
Will Tice, 6'3", junior. Back to receive is Cody Royer and I believe Zach Surface. Nice snap. Decent kick. They better pick it up because it's
Nope, we got
thought it was
lucky.
going to roll.
Beautiful. Hey, major victory
That
there.
is a major victory for the Black Bears. The good soft field full of sand, that thing backed up like a
Yeah.
pitching wedge on a.
There is a lot of
green.
sand down there. I tell you, it's nice to walk on right now. It won't be that way in a couple
After
weeks,
tomorrow
but
night, it will be.
It's so nice to walk on. I could just get a blanket down there.
They put a lot of time and effort into that field in the spring when we didn't have track and field.
You know, I saw a guy mowing it. Well, I brought the quarters over, the Persing over here, and he was mowing that thing. I bet he's mowing 40 mile an hour.
Agree, I know.
I could not run as fast as I think it's
Well,
mowing.
absolutely you couldn't. Sterling takes over on their own 29-yard line. Kaz will trip after he gives it to Alan Anderson for maybe a yard gain.
And that didn't go so hot. Something got goofed up on that.
Alan Anderson on the carry. Tackled by Trevor Schmidt. Second down.
Trevor
line.
Schmidt, the on the tackle.
See that linebacker?
He's this right side, I believe.
Okay.
And but keep an eye on the left outside linebacker.
21?
Yes. Reed Adelhart.
You keep saying that name. Why do you say it so much?
Well, because when I watched him on film, he made seemed like he was making every tackle.
Okay, there's a reason.
And he was honorable mention all Greater Wichita Area League last year at Capon. Kaz Comley with a 2-yard gain. That'll bring up third
Chad Conley on the carry.
and
Tackled
6
by Brandon Dayer.
for Sterling. Sterling not running hurry up this year, and probably the right thing to do. Run some clock.
Well, you would like that.
I do like that. Last week, Sterling was willing to throw. Last year, Sterling, I don't think, threw a pass until the 4th game of the year against Lions, possibly.
That Lions game, that'll go down in my memory as one of the craziest things ever. in
Yeah, it
football.
was. Donovan Hopewell, he was a little late getting to
Yeah,
the play.
Timing was just slightly off.
He was way late, and that'll
'Cause
be a
it was-
loss.
There's some grass out there,
Donovan Hopewell on the carry. Tackled for a loss
but it
by
closed up
Devin Nowak.
by the time he got out there.
Fourth down and 9.
Be 4th down. Sterling will punt.
Maybe. I'd surprise him. What do you got to lose here? Of course, it's 4th and 8.
Yeah, on your own 30.
That's when you do it.
Well,
You
I
don't
don't
do
think
it when you're down there.
I
Everybody
think
thinks
they're-
you're going to do it.
I think they're ready for it. Evan Burgess back to punt. And they might go after this.
Okay. I think a fake would have worked just as good as this is going to. Oh, my gosh.
Burgess will be tackled down at the 3-yard line by Reed Adelhart.
There's your Radahart guy again.
And they'll actually put him forward progress at the 5.5, 7:58 left here in the first quarter. And so bad things happen. Which turns out to be good things for the Owls. They have 6 yards to get in there.
They got 2 in motion.
Yeah, but they didn't snap it, so they're all good. They just have to come set.
They're all having all sorts of weird stuff go on here. Yeah. Quarterback's trying to get it figured out.
Yeah, they're going to
There
run
they
this,
go,
run
yeah.
a sweep over here.
To our side.
Yeah. Oh, and
Oh
they
my,
get a high
they got
snap.
it. Get it.
Well, this will turn out good.
You are right. How would I ever doubt you? It's right back where we would have been with my fake. You can't make this
You're
sort of
right.
stuff up.
No, you can't. I'll give you that, Clark.
Second down and goal.
So, technically a loss to the quarterback of, well, where is it? It's at the 26 now, so a 20-yard loss, and that was a rocket.
Man, he's like, I think he was doing the punt again.
I think he was sitting over the ball so long he
Yeah,
got.
could be.
I watched their whole game last week, and he didn't come close to doing that if I remember right. So
There we go.
nice penetration. Just got to wrap up. Tackle by Evan Burgess, but he was hidden there by
Jeb Nowak on the carry.
Nowak
Tackled
on the
by
carry,
Evan
but
Burgess. Be third down and goal.
look like Alan Anderson and I don't have a 71 on the roster.
For us.
Oh, is that a 71? Who is it? Oh, that's Gabe.
Yeah, he's going to play some line tonight.
Gabe is not the fullback. He's 71 this week. So Gabe, a freshman.
He's got his shoulder banged up a little bit. So I had supper with him last night after our game.
He carried a bunch last.
Yeah. Are they going to throw here?
Yes. And they've got one wide open, but we got, and there
He
it is.
overthrew him.
Just quite.
Just had too much rush on him. It's a good-looking ball, but it just went too long.
Intended for number 4, Travis Shear. Incomplete.
Rockers trying to
Fourth
find
down and
Shear.
goal.
Travis Shear, the 5'11" senior in the back corner of the end zone. He was wide open. It's just the pressure and throwing on
Yeah,
the run, as you
throwing on
said,
the
Clark.
run. And it's not that wide open down on the field, by the way.
Right.
Up here, it's wide open, but down there, it doesn't seem near that open. Running with somebody chasing.
He was getting good pressure by Allen, but Allen probably ran too far up the field.
Probably needs to come a little more farther outside on that.
Yeah, a
maybe.
little flatter.
What do you got here, Coach?
Screen.
Interception.
Rockers throws it up. It's a Hail Mary, and that will be picked off. Unfortunately, Cody Oden should have let it stay in the
Knocked
end
it
zone.
down, but what do you do? You're right there.
First down and 10 for the Black Bears.
Hey, 2 possessions, no score.
So Sterling avoids.
This is a victory for the Black Bears.
That is a victory. Sterling avoids disaster. And Garden Plain,
They're
basically-
probably in shock right about now.
no.
No?
That was a punt. That was a nice punt.
No, they're
really.
shocked they haven't just dominated this thing. So maybe
Well,
we get offense going. Look out.
There's good reason to think that after our performance
That's what I
last week.
mean.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, thanks for. Oh, let's just let
I
that be
apologize.
known.
Let's write
put that
that one
out
down.
there somewhere in the public archives that he agreed with me. Pitch it.
Kaz, nice
There
pitch.
we
And
go. Good play there.
Kaz slow to get up. He got
What
rocked.
happened to him?
Donovan Hopewell
Nice
on the
block
carry,
out there by
tackled
Zach
Kevin
Surface to
Milwauke.
free
Second
Hopewell
down
up
and
for
goal.
a 7-yard gain.
Boy, Kaz is a little bending over.
He's got a little drama in it. Some have said that he may be a little you. And so, you're kind of dramatic. Yeah, you're kind of dramatic. You always accuse your daughter of being dramatic, but you've got a little bit of that in you, too.
There's different drama.
That's true. Kaz this time gives to Allen. There's no place to go, but there's the pile still moving.
Hey, they're moving the stick a little far down.
He
there.
got 3.
Hey, we're third and a foot.
Yeah, you're
We're
right.
gonna get a first down here.
Tackled by number 56, Trevor Smith.
Just do the same
Third down
play.
and inches for the Black Bears.
This is where I fake it and chuck the long one.
You would not.
Yes, I would. I'd fake it, a dive, and throw that dude. You still got 4th down to get it. Nah, I'd probably run it here and get first down.
3rd and 1, 3rd and inches.
Go, Kaz, quarterback sneak. You get it easily.
Allen with actually a pitch, and that'll be a loss.
Oh, man, that didn't go so good.
Zach Surface off the pitch. Sterling will lose 5, and we'll have to punt it.
Zach Surface on the carry.
I'm
tackled
guessing
by
Kaz made a
Colby
bad read
Hoppack.
there.
Loss of 6.
That guy filled
Fourth
fast.
down and 7 for the Black Bears.
Sterling will punt. Nice punt, nice snap by, and a great roll,
Wow.
Evan Burgess.
What a punt.
So that'll go from the Sterling 17 to the Garden Plain
Evan
20.
Burgess is punt down on the 20-yard line. This is first down and 10 for the Owls.
Beautiful punt, Evan Burgess. So the field has been flipped crazily here in the first quarter. So neither team really taking advantage of the opportunities. Well, I think last week Kaz turned that up, that play, Clark.
Yeah.
And this week he pitched it. And I think if he'd have turned it up today, he might have had a had his yard.
Yeah, I think so. I think he should have given it to Allen, maybe.
This is Adelhart. He'll find a seam just on the outside, breaks a tackle, and that'll be good for a 17-yard gain, 18-yard gain.
Okay.
40-yard line.
Now, we've been doing a lot with Allen, just sending him in there, but they're going to figure that out pretty soon and do something.
Well, that time they ran away from him.
From in the hole where he's leaving.
Adelhart checks out. So a 20-yard gain, 19-yard gain. Largest gain of the night. Another high snap.
Wow.
And Rockers will be crushed by Anderson as they'll lose 15 yards. So
What are these guys ranked?
number
Tackle
one.
made by Allen Anderson, full rock. Going to be second down. And
Well,
27 for the Owls.
high school boys might watch film and they might read the papers a little bit. Let's see the score of last week's Sterling Sedgwick game. And
That's what I mean. I think we caught them by surprise.
And
but
again, Sterling running a different defense than they did last week.
Yeah.
So, but that doesn't affect the snap. And there's Allen again, and that'll be another loss.
Sacked by Allen Anderson. It'll be third down.
Really
40
great
Owls.
play, and there's just confusion out here by the Owls. And so I can't do the math, but thankfully, I think that's Kevin Laudermilk over there has done the math. He's pretty smart. He'll say it's 3rd and 20. No, it's more than 30. Yeah, now it's 30.
they changed the number 3 times up there.
Yes.
They were doing the math.
Now there's a screen to, they were trying to get the screen to Dare, and Rockers will slip out of it. Good
Not
hustle.
that one.
Allen Anderson will chase Rockers down.
For the Black Bears.
They tried to set up the screen over there, and I believe that was probably Rain Isaac, maybe over there. I couldn't tell who was out there. That kind of was just enough to mess it up over there. They couldn't find him, and then he got pressured.
Well, Rain was out there.
So Garden Plain will
Back to return for the Black
Punt.
Bears.
Hey, let's see if he chucks it over his head this time.
probably a different snapper.
I doubt it.
Nice snap, no pressure. This one will die.
Get out of the way.
So Garden Plain will, or Sterling will take over on their own 46
Ball down on the 46. It'll be
40
first down and 10 for the Black Bears.
with 1:21 left here in the first. So we've had a lot of action. This is a good game.
It's a really good game. I'm nervous all of a sudden.
There's been no big breaks other than that 20-yard run by Adelhart. Been a lot of negative yards, and I'm not keeping stats up here, but Garden Plain probably has negative yards right now.
Yep.
Sterling may be at 0. Midline Caz will pull it. Got a hold there probably by Hopewell. They didn't throw it. Could have. Royer will get no gain.
I thought he had a cut lane there for a second, and then it just closed. Their exterior speed's pretty good.
And those guys on the perimeter have to block a long time. And since you can't cut in high school football on the perimeter,
What do you mean by that?
might get into their legs. It's tough in high school football to run the perimeter option game. Those guys have to block a long time because they can't get them on the ground by going to their legs. 40 seconds left.
Yeah,
Got it.
something weird.
Illegal procedure, I believe, on Sterling.
Well, they shifted and messed us all up.
Messed us up.
False start call
How
on the
dare
Black
they?
Bears.
How dare they be
Second down.
moving around before the snap?
Nice crowd from Garden Plain. Have a pretty good crowd here from Sterling. Actually,
We didn't jump off sides 5 times last night.
Did you do that? Oh, that's true. You did that last week.
The first game we jumped off sides all the time.
Andrew, stay back. Okay. 2nd and 15. Caz turns and gives to Allen. A little slow.
Alan Anderson on the carry.
And that'll be the quarter.
Tackled by Jack Haukat.
So a little bit unexpected here, Clark. A lot of action and 0-0 after one.
Yeah, it's pretty unexpected for me.
And that was a fast quarter.
That's the way you like it right there.
Yeah, that's right. If we're going to stay in this game, we got to shorten the game and take advantage of our opportunities. But the Black Bears hold the #1 Owls to no points to start this football game on this really cool, crazy September 11th night.
It's a beautiful evening.
Today at the American Legion, we had a Patriots Day program, had it inside today, and I was down there streaming that, and really nice tribute to the local officers here, and of course a tribute to 19 years ago, 9/11 that happened. 19 years ago, Coach Schneider, Derek Schneider, we traveled up to Lincoln to play a football game up there. It seemed weird to be playing a game, but it was good at the time to do that. Did you remember playing on Thursday night, or were you coaching back then?
I was probably coaching. I don't remember.
You don't remember it?
I remember that I was in my old choir room in the old facility where the special ed stuff's at.
Right.
And some kid came from the junior high telling everybody to come watch the TV. So we took, I don't think I had class right then. I went down to join another class and watched I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
When the other plane came in, I was like, what on earth?
Yeah, it was
one of the more unbelievable things in my whole life.
I would agree.
Sure.
So I told the kids today when we were talking about it today in class, it's the big event in my life in terms of news and effect on us all. But you know, I told them the best thing that happened out of that for a long time was the unity that came out after that for a few weeks. And we're not very unified. We fight over everything now, Clark. You and I fight over everything.
Let's not have a 9/11 to change that.
Yes, that we don't need that, do we? So Kaz drops back. He gets good protection. He's going to find Zach Surface, but Zach quit running. Nice protection by the Black Bear front five. After last week struggling to protect the quarterback, it'll be 4th down and 13-14. Coach Schneider decides he'll go ahead and punt, and I think that's the wise decision here.
Defense playing pretty good.
Yes. Now the punting game has been good and bad so far for Sterling. First one, snap over the head. The second one, I think Evan had about a 60, 70-yard punt. So and this one's going to be a rainbow. He should be able to get it off, and that's going to work.
A great punt.
And it died.
It's not good. We got him. Did we horse collar him?
Nope, he slipped.
Nope. Slipped.
He'll slip down at the 31.
Okay, let's see if they're going to do any adjustments to their offense for what we're doing on defense. That now would be the time you'd start seeing it.
I think you're exactly right.
So
they've got a lot of assistant coaches, so they've got plenty of time to.
How many they got?
They've got 5 assistant coaches.
Wow.
We cut a position, so due to budget tightening, but players play, right? Little crossbuck there, and Nowak slips through, breaks a tackle. Cody Oden finally gets a hold of him, and a whole pack of Bears bring him down, but that'll be a 13-yard carry, 14-yard carry. Alan Anderson will take a breather as Braxton Linden will take over at his outside linebacker spot. Allen's made a lot of plays defensively and being the main ball carrier on offense. Little crossbuck again, and that's confusing our linebackers, and so they found that. And this is Adelhart. He's going to be pushed by Burgess.
Zane got him.
Give
Zane credit for sticking his head in there.
Zane Guerrero knock him out at the 12-yard line. So 2 crossbucks or counters, however you want to look at it. And that may be their counter tray that they're running.
What's a counter tray?
Last week they had a really good, a lot of success with that play as they bring the backside guard and tackle.
We're not even ready on that one.
And that's exactly what they're running.
That guy just running over us there.
And Adelhart gets another 8. That'll take it down to the 4.
Second down.
Zane getting his first start. He told me earlier this week he was getting his first start. So going from freshman and never really playing at all, starting his first game tonight against the #1 3A Garden Plain Owls that are knocking on the door for the second time tonight. In the T formation, run power off tackle. This is Nowak. He breaks 2 tackles and he'll get in for the touchdown. So with 10:28 left in the first quarter or first half, Garden Plain scores. Looks like they might be missing their holder. Nope, there he is.
Kicking for the Owls. Number 52, Jack Howcat.
Is that a straight-on
That was
kick?
straight toe. That's
You don't see that very often anymore.
That was beautiful.
You like that?
That's old school.
Can you kick it like that? Did you ever?
I tried.
Yeah. Did you hurt your toe?
It was more my calf, not my calf, but the bone or the muscle next to the one of those leg bones, whichever one it is, the tibia, the big one. Well, Sterling broke there, and you saw that was the first time I believe they had run their counter tray, where they bring the backside guard and tackle and just overload you and hopefully get your linebackers chasing the running back on the fake. And so I believe that was a 4-play drive.
We're okay. So much better than last week.
Agree.
It's not like we're playing, just anybody here. We're
No.
playing a good team.
Absolutely.
We're hanging right in there.
Hanging right in there. Now we've got to adjust to their adjustments. Our linebackers on the backside to stay home and fill more than anything to knock those linemen coming down. But Conway Springs struggled with that last
play.
week. Yeah.
Back to return for the Black Bears, Zach Surface and Logan Albert.
Well, the coaching staff's coaching them up on how to stop it.
Jack Howcat.
Yeah, we're just not getting good fills from our linebackers there. One went too far up the field on that first long carry, and then the other one followed the running back, and then he got clipped. Not actually clipped, but blocked as he ran away from following the fake.
Was that a straight toe kick there too?
Probably, and I think we touched that. That goes in the end zone. Yep. So that'll go in the end zone, thankfully, for Sterling. That could have been big-time disaster. Sterling will take over on the 20, so a nice kick.
What do you do here now? We haven't got much yards so far. You just keep grinding this run game at him?
That's all you got.
Well, he threw that one. He's pretty open.
He was open.
He didn't miss it by much. It was a 20-yard gain.
I think Coach Snyder will just keep grinding and get better and better at what you do.
Yep, true.
Again, these are technically preseason games.
Yeah.
And yes, you want to win, but also you got to look later in the season and getting better at what you do.
I think it's a lot of our thinking too.
So Kaz will drop back to pass.
He's thinking like me. Chuck it down there one time. Well, got the same result. At least he didn't throw it.
No, he didn't.
I don't think he had anybody open.
No, there wasn't anybody open.
So I'm glad he didn't throw it.
Zach was covered out here as he ran an out. So he was able to avoid the first person, but couldn't avoid the next two. No gain, though, which is a positive.
No loss, you mean?
Yeah, I guess that's what I should say, right? Kaz just pulls it and he'll run. Lowers his head.
That's a good run, Kaz.
That is a good run. A 6-yard gain for the Kaz man. He gets up slow. Kaz again was a lineman as a freshman and played quite a bit. In fact, started a number of games as a Lyman last year, he played JV quarterback and did a good job and takes over big shoes from Brady Anderson, who was a 3-year starter at quarterback.
Myers. Brady
What did I
Myers,
say?
Anderson.
Thank you.
Yep, it happens to me all the time.
Their safeties are filling so hard down there, and we don't have numbers out there to block them.
Cody Royer on the carry.
So Kaz is making the right read. It's just
He is. That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
Is Kaz reading it right?
He's reading it right. We just don't have anybody to block all their perimeter people. Or at least we're not blocking our perimeter people. And Coach Schneider's having the conversation with his lineman and quarterback and running back. Nowak is giving Burgess plenty of respect as he's 50 yards back there. If I were him, I'd move up. This one could be trouble if he can pick it up, but we need to stay
Get it.
outside.
Oh.
Nice hit.
Oh.
Got a flag.
We had 3 whacks at him.
Joey Stromberg was the first to him.
Hartman,
What did I say?
Stromberg.
I am going back into the.
How many years ago?
Jeez.
What year did you graduate?
That's 2007, man.
You can recall that. How do you know when these kids graduate, man?
I don't know.
That's amazing. You're an amazing mind, but
No, I'm not. I can't.
well, that's just part of it. That's our age. I can't believe you're doing it. Makes me appreciate. I appreciate it.
That's embarrassing.
I can't find a kid's name in my classes after I've had them for 3 years. I'm staring right at them, and I can't just blank. It happens with my own children sometimes. It's like, what kid are you?
Joey's an actor in California right now, and I'm calling him out, and that was 13 years ago. Sorry, Joey Hartman.
There you go.
Yeah, I get it right this. Okay, watch those back to guard and tackle pulling. There they go.
There they go.
We got penetration there.
Hey, we
Trevin
figured it out.
Jones with some nice penetration. I'm guessing Coach Schneider has him reading those guards.
Getting in their hip pocket.
Yep. That's a play that's slow developing, but once those linemen get on your linebackers, and
It's pretty rough on you.
yeah. So they'll put twins over here this time. Speed sweep possibly, yep. And force you to tackle.
Pretty good.
And I think that might have been Nowak again. Nope.
Well, we're having another good defensive series.
That was Trey Hahn, slot back there running the speed sweep.
What they're going to do here, you think?
I'd run that counter Trey, although it's been a while since he's thrown it, but the counter Trey was nice to this side.
Okay.
So we need to watch.
Watch their linemen.
We need to watch Braxton Linden.
You guys
51 on this side.
who are at home, watch Garden Plains linemen. Nope.
And nope, they just a straight power and great penetration by. That might have been Trevor Oakes.
Yep,
It was.
Trevor Oakes.
Trevor playing nose guard. He's never played the nose ever in his life. But I guarantee he's quick.
He is pretty quick.
So 3rd and 9, so the Owls will
We've held him again.
show up to punt again. 6.5 left in the second
These
quarter.
punts, the snap's an adventure for both teams.
It is.
Both teams are just doing. There's a good
That was
one.
a beautiful one.
Get away from it. Nope. Bounced right to Cody.
Cody's amazing, but he must have.
They've said fair catch.
Okay, that makes sense. Did Zach wait for it?
I think Zach either that or he's waving get away from it.
Get away from it.
But the ref said I think you signaled it.
That's
so.
probably fair. Lucky we didn't get a penalty out of that. I am not turning into Bob Euchre. I'm turning into Harry Carey.
Clark Conley.
Clark Conley. I can't remember anything or going way back
You remember
too
you're spouting it off because your brain's got the right guy.
Yes.
And you don't even know you're wrong.
far. No.
That's what happens to me all the time.
Kaz pulls it. Nice play by, I believe that's Timmy Gallagher. Got penetration and tripped Kaz up.
You know, I know that didn't go so well, but it looks like we're starting to click a little bit there. The line with the
Yes.
backs. We had some push on that one.
Yeah, there was actually contact, and we moved a little bit
Yeah,
rather
I
than
think-
letting penetration.
I think so. I'm looking for a better thing to happen here.
A little slow getting off the ball there. Kaz drops back. He's got Cody wide open. Oh, and a nice play. Maybe with a late hand as Tegan Dare might have broken that up.
Might have, or it might have gone right through Cody's hands. I couldn't really tell. The ball was right on the money.
13.
Top one. Andrew Shuren running my camera tonight. Andrew doing a good job getting compliments around the area.
For his camera work,
For his camera work.
are we going to put him up for?
No comments, good comments about.
Are we going to put him up for an Emmy for the camera work in the stream?
He
or
should
Grammy
be.
or whatever.
I
it is?
told him I'm gonna have. He's got to train somebody for next year because I'm losing him.
Oh, my two junior high guys did great.
They do. Kaz, 3rd and 13, 5:25 left. Kaz, go back to pass. Get some great protection, and Kaz will throw it up. It could turn into a punt, and a nice breakup by Tegan Dare again. Kaz back there, he's not much more than 5'8", if he is, and
Broken up by Tegan Dare. It'll be 4th down and 13
he is
for Blackberry.
short, but he's seeing it. Really excellent protection by the.
He's winging it out there pretty
He
good.
is.
The ball to Cody's right on the money. That one was a little.
I'm impressed with our protection
Different.
because last year there were times where poor Brady was getting killed, and offensive line, of course, they're veterans. And
It's going to be trouble.
This is trouble.
Oh, good tackle.
Nice play. That was Zane. No, that was Trevor. Trevor's the long snapper. And Nowak with a gutsy catch.
I thought he'd drop it, to be honest. He was coming so fast.
His coach likes that he caught that because that saved probably a few yards possibly.
20 yards probably.
Yeah. Of course, that field, like we said, is soft. It's soft.
beautiful.
So, of course, we saw Evan get an early nice roll too.
You got bamboo sheets?
I do not have bamboo sheets. I've heard heard about them.
I think I have.
And why do you care about bamboo
Well,
sheets?
that's kind of what that carpet reminds me of. Is kind of how soft my sheets are.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they thick?
No,
They're just soft.
they're just soft.
You only get it here, people.
Hit it.
Alan Anderson with the
Man,
first hit
backing him
on
up.
Will Tice.
Will Tice on the carry, tackled by Alan Anderson for a small gain. It was 2nd down and 9.
Trevor Oaks is having a nice ball game, or at least this quarter.
He is.
He was in on that one too.
2nd and 9. So really 2 plays have hurt the Black Bears in the beginning of the 3rd quarter or 2nd quarter, and Sterling has stepped up and done a really nice job. This is a totally different team.
Well, the scheme they run is what more.
That's
We
true.
practice more against this
You're
sort
right.
of stuff.
Absolutely. And then the 5 wide, throw it all over the
We
place.
don't practice too much against that.
Dare with the quarterback sweep,
That's a nice tackle.
but not
Nice
before a
Jed
20
Nowak on the carry,
20-yard gain, I
tackled
believe.
by Cody Oden. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Owls.
Dare played quarterback to start the game last week, and then Rockers came in, and that was a nice sweep. Overload that. Force the Sterling defensive backs to make the tackle. 35-yard line. There's your counter tray.
We had that one stuffed a little earlier than it actually worked out.
Will Tice on the carry,
They'll
tackled
We get-
had him at the
Cody
line.
Yoder. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
But it will be a gain of 4. 2nd and 6. Will Tice with the carry. They've got a lot of running backs. Tice is 6'3", 185. He's a load. They got a lot of really solid kids, and like you said, that Renwick School District,
Yeah.
they have a lot of good football players.
Andale's so good too.
Yeah, it just
People probably don't understand they're the same school district.
Yeah.
And they don't play in the same conferences.
No. Same colors.
Yeah.
Just ISO to Adelhart, who got the big run in the beginning of the second quarter to set up the touchdown. 3 minutes left.
Carry tackled by Zach Surface. It'll be third
Ball's
down
on the
and 5.
31,
Yeah.
3rd and 5, 5.5. 6 actually.
Man, we got a lot of guys up there in the front in the box.
Power eye. This is old school football right there, and just a flat, straight ISO, and Adelhart with the lead block by his fullback.
Reed Adelhart on the carry tackled by Evan Burgess. It'll be first down and 10.
Evan Burgess with the tackle, but that will not before it's a first down on the Sterling 21, I believe, 22-yard line. 2:22 left. Sterling broken one time, but bent a bunch. Again, the power eye.
Clock's becoming a factor here with 2 minutes left.
It is. I think Sterling will take a timeout.
Give us a little rest.
Timeout called
I think
by
Coach Schneider
Blackberry.
wanted to see something so he could make a little adjustment.
What's he going to do?
I don't know. I don't know what he's seeing. That's your job. What's he going to do? You're a defensive wizard.
I'm not a defensive
Well, you know,
wizard.
if you coach offense, you have to know defense.
No, I'm not that smart. I look at film, I say, boy, that guy's, he's making all the other team's tackles.
Now that is true in junior high. That kind of does that.
Maybe we should either run and block that guy and run at him, or let's go clear to the other side. One of the two.
but true. I can call your plays though. I was calling them last night at home watching the game.
How many were you right on?
Quite a few of them.
Yeah.
I'm pretty amazing. Not really. You were just smart.
I'm smart.
Yeah, you heard it twice tonight.
This is one of my greatest broadcasts ever. You agreed with me
I
once and you
did.
called me smart.
Don't get used to it. .205, I believe they have all their timeouts left. Garden Plain does, they do all 3, so there's really no time to panic here.
I don't think we need to
And
panic
to hurry
either.
up,
We're hanging
no.
right in there. We're not making any offense. What's our total yardage? 10 yards?
It's got to be 0,
Yeah.
you know, right
we
about
almost
there.
got it. We almost got a first down one time. Kaz pitched it and got a loss.
Yeah, so I think probably 0.
What plays did you call on mine? I'm really curious.
Oh, every option play you had.
You called it before I ran it?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, welcome to Bear Cub football right there.
defensive line jump, but the power back, he moved too, but not until after Sterling went into the neutral zone, so they'll probably take the 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, there's still a debate between the officials. I think that's a hard call to make sometimes.
And you got to give it to Sterling because we were in the neutral zone first, and then he moves, so.
Well, they're debating it, so you're not right. You're not. You don't know that for a fact. Let's see what he does. Thank you.
I'm in shock. I'm about to fall on the floor.
Called on the out. It'll be first down and 15.
I can't believe that.
I didn't believe it either, but when I saw him talking, I thought, well, it's definitely not a give me.
Now, you missed the game up at Norton last year when there was 21 penalties, I think, in the first half, and if they breathed wrong, they moved out.
Good tackle.
Brandon Dayer on the carry, tackled by Zach Surface.
Zach
down,
Surface with a
13.
tackle, so 2nd and 13
Okay,
for
this becomes some big minutes here.
right here. It does
'Cause
absolutely.
the game is in jeopardy. I mean, it's in, what do you call that? Not jeopardy. In balance?
Well, yeah.
In balance. Is that what I'm
Yeah.
after? The game is, no, that doesn't sound right, in balance.
Mr. Wins will pick up the headset so you can.
He's got his own. Yeah, the game's in reach for us, but the outcome's not yet.
It's in
decided.
doubt.
It's in doubt.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think that's what I was after. And so if we could hold them here, it'd still be in doubt, even if they score. But we would feel like we have the momentum, I think, going into half, if we could hold them.
Dare with nearly a 10-yard gain,
It's 3rd and 6, though.
tackled by Cody Royer with just a shoestring down their T formation.
That's great defense
That
there.
is really good.
You know what that is? That's just a Halstead junior high offense. He's stolen it from
That's
them.
old school.
He just lines those guys up and runs 2 guys right through the hole.
It's tough to stop too. So
Like your 2 biggest, fastest dudes go load up and get the ball to the 3rd guy.
so Caden Webb over
I
there,
don't want to say the game's right here on this play, but this is a big play.
35 seconds left. They probably figure they can kick a field goal
I'm gonna
too
stand
with
up
4th
and watch it.
down
So
if
I
they
get a-
want to. Don't know where the time is right now. Maybe they can get us to jump. Nope, they're going to go ahead and snap it
We
on
got
4th
him.
down.
Come on.
And he's
Yes,
not
we
going to
held
get
him.
it. So Sterling will hold and get the ball back with 16 seconds left. And so that's a lot of, that's, as you said, that's a nice,
That's huge. It's not nice. It's huge.
and Sterling will get the ball to start the second half as they deferred. And so with 15 seconds left, Sterling has to feel really good right now about where it is.
I feel really good about it.
And they'll kneel it in a very quick first half,
Let's see what time it is.
a 44-minute first half.
44 minutes.
I think that was the first quarter at Sedgwick last week, and so with 2 teams that run the football, that'll end the half right there. So Sterling's got to feel pretty good. Garden Plain probably a little frustrated, even though they're leading 7-0, and after
No.
their performance last
This is
week.
a huge victory for us. We feel so good walking in there right now. I'm surprised our crowd's not going crazy. Our crowd does not understand the implications of this. Yeah, there we're going. It must have hurt me. There they're going. That's more like it.
So after 1 quarter, Garden Plain
One
scored
half.
Gosh, sorry.
You have been teaching too much this
Too
week.
much.
You've got too much stuff in your head.
I can't finish the first or second, but with 10:28 in the second quarter, Garden Plain scored on I believe it was a 4-yard run by Jeb Nowak, and that's all the scoring. But the Black Bears have, well, it's been kind of a combination. Garden Plain was down at the 3-yard line after a Sterling snap over the head of our punter, and then
You know what it is?
they returned the favor. What's
This
that?
coronavirus.
You think it's messing up?
Yes,
Not that
because
it's here.
we
and-
haven't had the normal preseason we usually have.
You're thinking in the NFL.
That's what they said in every bad play that happened last night.
Is that what it was? Well, the Chiefs didn't have too many bad plays last night. So, well, we'll step away here 15 minutes or so, and we'll be back. And you can listen to Abby Giles and the Sterling High School Pep Band. Thank you for joining us on the Black Bear Broadcasting Network. Garden Plain 7, Sterling 0.
Well, a little halftime entertainment up here. We've had Coach Wenzel up in our luxury suite for the first half of this game, so we thought I'd talk a little bit about school. Mr. Wenzel is business teacher, basketball and football coach for several years now, and FBLA sponsor. So, tell me your thoughts about being back in school after our long break with the virus.
Just glad to be back with kids again.
Yeah?
Just became a long spring of, trying to do the online, and felt like a 6-month summer as far as not seeing kids. So just nice to get back in the routine of seeing everybody.
Yeah, it just kept getting longer and longer.
It did.
Then we went back a few days, and that made it longer. And then, when you're in this business, it's kind of like you're not getting your fix or something.
Yeah.
The energy the kids give you.
Right. We had our daughter at the end of February.
Tell me about that.
It's been great.
Yeah.
It was the longest paternity leave I could have ever asked for.
Sure, but
yeah.
That's probably pretty enjoyable, really.
Yeah, it was great. I think Reese's really enjoyed it.
Sure,
Just,
I bet she did.
Have some
3
extra
kids
hands around.
now?
3 kids now. Yep. So
I had 3 kids. I still have
Still
them.
have them. Yes.
Still have 3 kids, but they're now grown.
Yes, and doing well.
We're doing pretty good.
Good.
Yeah. But I remember those days of having children. Emotional.
Very.
Man.
Ups and downs.
Well, but just the day they're born, it's like, it's an experience that nothing else in life gives you. It's crazy, that feeling.
It's true.
It's a joyous feeling, but I don't know, it's a weight of responsibility. I mean, everything. It's just a massive emotion.
Yes.
Do you agree with me?
I do. And an uncontrollable emotion, I think.
Yes.
That first feeling of, wow,
yeah,
another human being is here, and
they just
we're responsible.
They hand it to you, and you're thinking, please don't let me drop it.
And the next day, they wave you out the door and say good luck. Yeah.
Yep.
No, it's great.
It is great. Well, tell me about what classes are you teaching currently?
Had some changes this year. We introduced computer programming. So
what is that?
We're looking at coding. So kind of the processing of how.
Are you trained for that?
I am.
You knew how to do codes?
I do.
Okay.
I had to brush up some this summer, but
30 seconds to a minute. What is coding?
It's the behind the scenes of how technology works. So when you push a
coded?
button on your phone, it's what's happening inside the phone to make it pop up that app that you clicked on.
And so when you're teaching kids what with that?
So there's different coding languages.
Give me a name of a language.
So the one we focus on is called Python.
Python.
Yep. So just like we speak different languages depending on where we're from. There's coding languages that are used for different purposes, and each one's a little
somebody
unique.
has made a language of a snake.
Correct. Named it after a snake.
And a one that kind of strangles you.
Yes.
That's kind of
hopefully it doesn't strangle the students as we keep going.
That's kind of technology in a nutshell.
Yes.
It just slowly sucks the air out of you.
Consumes you over time.
Yes.
That's right.
Okay, so you're going to teach coding.
Yeah.
Are you going to teach us how to do it?
Who? The students?
Kids? Yeah. You're going to teach them how to code stuff?
Yeah. We've got we got a little robot that we're going to be working on later on in the year that'll
really
they'll be able to program and have them do whatever they want, and
that'd be cool.
Yeah, pretty excited. It'll be fun to get to.
That'll be a good class.
Yeah, good.
Now these are high school kids or junior high?
High school kids.
All right, so you got Python coding class.
Yes.
All right, what else you got?
We have FBLA class that we started last year.
Oh, it's a class, and what are you going to do in there?
Kind of focus on, this year we're developing more of just the community involvement as well. So developing a lot of the community service aspects, working on the event prep, and just putting things kind of forward as far as what our group can do through the course of the year.
Okay. And then you got your regular business classes probably.
Got the business classes, have a lot of freshmen and
now when I took
essentials.
My business credit, it was called keyboarding.
Yes.
And I had a typewriter.
Right.
And it was right after lunch, and I kept getting tardy to that class.
Yes.
It was really a problem for my high school career.
I'm sure.
Because it caused me some issues.
I'm sure.
But I have used that skill probably as much as any in my life.
I completely agree. That's probably the class I use the most from high school, is my keyboarding. Yeah.
But it wasn't a computer keyboard, it was a typewriter.
Yeah.
And I came in the era right when they invented that little white strip. that you could erase
Yes.
on your your typewriter's the greatest
typewriters.
invention ever because you didn't have to use whiteout because in junior high and stuff I don't know, early in, I just know my mom had a whiteout stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't. I just pushed a little X button and a little piece of tape came up and took it back
Took
off.
it off.
Yeah. It was a huge invention.
That's great. Yep.
And now we never make a mistake because the
Now
computer corrects it.
it's all gone whenever
like-
you want it to be.
Well, it's like we have good English.
That's right. It'll correct it for you.
Well, yeah.
Mhm.
It puts a little blue and red line.
That's right. You just
And
click on it, it'll tell you.
click on it, it tells me, yep, that looks better than what I put.
That's right.
Okay, so how many of those classes you got?
I have of the business classes.
Yeah, business.
2 for freshmen.
Okay.
It counts towards one of their English credits. It's either debate and forensics or
Oh,
that
okay.
as their option. So we do a lot of presentations
Yeah, that'd be
and,
fun.
and speeches in there.
That'd be good.
We're in the middle of our first one right now, so
Yeah.
a lot of
You know, my speech class in college,
come from.
the professor would take the first people ready. You know, you had to give a speech a
Yeah.
week. And we'd
Oh.
all be sitting in our desks, and I never had mine ready. So I'd be sitting there making whatever outline thing for my speech. And every time, as soon as all the volunteers gone, Mr. Comley, would you please give us your speech?
And I'm sure you did great.
Every time. Yeah, I did fine.
Yeah, of course.
I got a B probably.
Mhm.
I was not an A student.
Yeah.
All right, so you got any junior high classes?
I have 1 computer apps for 8th graders.
That's good. But all 8th graders take it?
Yep, they do. It's a semester each, so I get half the first semester, half second.
That's a big class.
It is.
Oh, you got
It
enough
is.
computers for everybody in there? I guess you
Yes.
do.
Last
Or do they
year
bring their Chromebooks?
they bring their Chromebooks now. Last year we
Yeah.
used the ones in the room and had to max it out, but now
Okay.
that they have the Chromebooks, yep, makes it pretty easy.
Okay, and tell us about what FBLA's got on the slate for this school year.
Yeah, a little unique. Last year we had our state conference canceled. It's usually in the end of March.
Right.
So the nationals they moved to online. We opted not to.
What do
try
those
to do the
letters
virtual one.
stand for?
Future Business Leaders of America.
Okay.
Yep.
And when you go to your competitions, what are they doing?
So there's about 70 events the students can choose from. Some are a written test that they can take about a subject. Others are more of a presentation-based, project-based, and they go and compete against other students from other schools and are judged or graded based on how they do.
So, do you have to practice for that stuff, or they
Yep.
just do what their skills they learned in classes up through their career? And
A little
use
bit of
those?
both. I allow them to choose their events and then provide opportunities for development of projects, especially that class this year that we're going to be able to use to develop as the year goes on. And then others that, I mean, there's some events in there I have no idea about. We've got an agriculture event, and that is way beyond me.
Yeah.
And we've had a lot of students do well in it, just from their own
Agriculture background.
right, growing up in it. And so it kind of depends on the event.
So if things get shut down again, will they made an online FBLA competition?
I don't know. Right now, they planned everything for in person. They'd rather move backwards than have to replan it again for January and March. That's our district and state events. So we're planning as though we can attend, and if something changes, we'll adapt as necessary.
Yeah, well, good. All right. Well, anything else you got going on in your world you'd like to share with the thousands of people listening to us right now?
Just excited to be back in school. It's great
Yeah.
to be with kids again.
It is good. All right. Well, we're going to cut out and drink some Dr. Pepper and be back in about 8 minutes with the second half.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for listening. Check. Okay. Mr. Richter's brother, Mike, sent me in some scores I'll read off. And I don't know where they're at in all these games, but at one point the score was Derby 16, Newton 7. And Baser Linwood 20, Leavenworth 15. Pittsburgh 19, Chanute 3. Mill Valley 28, DeSoto 7. Iola 14, Parsons 13. Tonganoxie 10, Lewisburg 0. Andell 28, Mulvane 0. Garden Plain 7, Sterling 0, Manhattan 22, and Junction City 13. We thank Mr. Mike Richter for sending those in to us. If I get anything else sent to me, I'll shout it out.
Welcome back to Sterling, and somewhat of a surprising first half. If you're just now joining us, Sterling trails 7-0 to the Owls of Garden Plain. They're the #1 team in the state coming in, and Sterling, after last week's 45-0 running clock loss to Cedric, I'm sure there's more than a few people that are shocked at this, as this is on the radio. Don't know what.
Why is it on the radio when they got us?
Well, because not everybody, you know. There's probably people that just turn us off.
Yes.
And watch the video.
I think
except your relation.
Yeah, my relation.
Sterling will get the ball the second half, and that's Noah Swati can't pick it up. Cody, no, that's Zach Surface.
Good run.
He get out to the 17 maybe.
Yeah, one of these things is going on. Either these lights are getting worse in the last 30 years.
They are.
Or my eyes are consistently getting worse and worse and worse.
Two things, tinted
I
windows.
can't even see the ball bouncing out there.
Two things, tinted windows and the lights are horrible up here.
It's not my eyes?
You know, it may be your eyes too, but the lights are awfully, it's not good. And we're looking through a tinted window.
Yeah.
So it's not as dark as
I see.
As it appears to you and I.
Okay. Hey,
Sterling try to find some offense, and there's none there. There's a great tackle there.
do we have some kind of, Mr. Wenzel, do we have some kind of like a, you know, a count where we don't run, you know, on one?
We do have, last year we had a freeze count.
Yeah.
We would
I
have
think
the fake motion, but
I think we need to freeze it because they're getting off the ball so fast, they'd be offsides. That guy would have.
and I wonder how much has changed now that he's running in place from the sideline. We had hand signals for it and then changed the play after.
Yeah. Yeah. We need to maybe do one of those because this kid over here is getting off so fast, there's no way.
Kaz for 3 yards.
Got Conley on the carry, tackled by Anthony Hayes. Gain of about 3. It'll be 3rd down and 8 for the Blackbirds.
That helps a bunch. I can see really so much better since you've turned the
Well,
lights on in the
You know,
booth.
I'm not worried about you. I'm trying to figure out who these kids are, and I can't see their roster. And
I just make, you see that? I make one comment about can't see anything. What's he do? He makes it double worse on purpose
double worse.
so that I can't see anything, so I can't make any. He's trying to protect the general public from my stupidity.
Mr. Wenzel, welcome to my world.
Thank you.
You do learn a few new terms that only exist in the Sharks world.
I enjoyed that inside the tank segments.
Yes, that the Shark vocabulary. Sterling with 3rd and 8 and guessing to delay a game. I would think that was a long time between plays.
Yeah.
Either that or it's an Axe commercial. Ref was going like this.
Raising his arms.
Yeah.
Today's game called on the Blackbirds. It'll be 3rd down and 13.
One thing we've done is protect the passer, and that'll be picked.
Not a bad punt. A little bit, but we didn't have to worry about a snap. So
a turnover.
that was Zane catching that.
By Travis
You see
Shear.
that?
I didn't.
Zane was the intended receiver. I mean, he caught the defense. He tackled him.
Travis Shear with the pick, I believe. He goes off limping, though. And I'm not so sure he didn't get tackled by his own people, and maybe they hurt him in celebration. So Sterling will turn it over. And now they got to suck it up here and not let the Owls put another one in the end zone here to start the 3rd quarter. Little spot pass.
He's down. He's down.
You made a great call there. That'll be a loss of 1.
By Colby Howcap. He'll be down at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
So they see the Black Bears playing off the receivers, and not a bad idea right there.
First pass of the game?
No, they missed the one in the end zone.
One in the end zone. Yep.
Tried to throw a couple, but sacked a couple times, and then had the pick and the overthrow.
Mm-hmm.
This is their counter tray, and boy, we ate that up. Allen was all over that.
Great fill.
Evan Burgess also
Tackled by
in
Allen
there.
Anderson. It'll be 3rd down.
We must have talked about that one at half. Drew it up. Kind of practiced a little
Well,
bit.
you know, we stopped at the
Yeah, second.
last time they ran it, and after really giving up the touchdown to that play, as they hadn't run it most of the first, well, none of the first quarter really. So it'll be 3rd and about 14. This will be a pass
Oh,
as Rockers.
that was just about a rockish interception.
Who was on the pressure there? Was that Evan and Allen?
Donovan, I think. coming off
Donovan
the
was on
edge.
there?
Yep.
Okay.
Might have been Brady Oaks. Not Brady. Here I am now.
No, you're
Trevor.
doing it.
You've given it to me.
Well, that's at least close enough to a brother relation. Trevor Oaks.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I'm walking away. I don't know if he's in on it. Are they going to punt? I doubt they punt here.
Well, a 4th and we haven't done anything, I would punt it. 4th and 14 and from the 40, but I'm not you, Clark. Of course, we haven't
They're
moved
going
the
to run an
ball.
option here?
Gonna take a timeout.
Yeah, I think they should. If I was them, I would punt it and try to get it within the 5 or 10.
They're gonna run Nowak, this left wing. They're gonna run him straight up the field, force our safety to guard the other side. And they're gonna throw it right down the middle of the field to him.
The other kid. That's your prediction.
Well, they're gonna throw it to Nowak, who's the left wing over here. They're gonna run probably something to our safety on the other side and throw it down because we only have 3 in coverage.
Yeah, got to put those outside backers in coverage.
So
It's nice about the 3-3 stack. Well, something that's always bugged us is offensively
True.
how versatile it is. Tough to account for everybody defensively.
and tonight more than any other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, really, Clark, that might be your 5-3 that you run in junior high.
It's pretty close.
That it is it. I could tell that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But these guys are doing way more stuff with theirs. We just keep them from going around the end, would you?
Yeah, that is exactly what you do, and that's what I used to coach. They will punt it, which I think is probably wise for them. Low snap. Sterling goes after it.
Close. They're going to get what they wanted, though.
Yes. Really nice punt down to the 11-yard line.
You know, a game like this, just like those NBA games, are coming down to one play here or there. That was a play if we could have blocked it and scored.
Right. That would have been huge.
And now we're down here with no offense happening down there where something bad could happen and ruin the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just inches.
Garden Plain just has to not break here as they've really controlled the line of scrimmage defensively.
No more than really we have except for one possession. It's been even.
.840 left here in the third quarter. Kaz with an ISO to Allen. Allen finds a hole. And he'll
That's
get
a
dragged down, and that'll be
horse
15 more.
That's the best play of the game for us.
And Francis Stuhlhotz will pull Anderson down out at about the 41. It really wasn't it's not a terrible penalty.
He had to. He was going to score.
It could have scored, and so a 15-yard penalty doesn't really, it hurts, but it doesn't hurt as bad as a touchdown. So there's a break for Sterling and a break on the Garden Plain defense.
Looked like more of a dive. Their nose tackle was causing a lot of issues. We ran more in the B gap, and I don't know that we had run that yet this game.
Yeah, I think that's a fullback ISO. Kaz just turns and gives it to him, isn't it? And he has a lead halfback there.
Yeah, the give is going to be that wing back if he's going underneath.
So really
There it
the
is
same
again.
play, isn't
Yep.
it?
That's what I do. If they didn't stop it once, let's try it again.
I found sometimes that's more of a defensive mistake than it is a great offense in my years of doing football.
Why don't you explain that? Because that made absolutely no sense. I find that that's a defense. What are you talking about?
I'm finding that their defender made a mistake in the last play, and it wasn't just great offense on our part is what I'm saying.
Well, the thing is, if we're bad at defense, they just keep running the same play. I know that.
That is true. So we'll try at the other side. Allen will get a push, and it'll be 3rd and 6. And so Coach Schneider encouraging his offensive line and running backs to get a little bit better blocks because Allen might be able to break one.
It's like an infection on your leg, and the flies just keep going at it.
No, I
That's
don't
what
know one
happens
thing.
there.
I don't know anything about that, and that's just
Well-
disgusting. And I'm not going to talk about it. That's just disgusting.
Well, that's what happens. They just keep going to where the injury is, and that's what we need to do.
Is that what you tell your defense?
No, that's what other teams do to me usually.
Uh-oh, we might
Little
have had
counter. Wow.
Oh boy.
a really nice Cody Royer doing all he can to
Pretty good execution
Yeah.
of whatever it was, but not fast enough.
just don't have enough on the edge, and I haven't been able to watch who's supposed to be blocking her if we just don't have enough over there. So it'll be 4th and 6. 4th and 5, as Kyler Conley, the PA announcer, says, and I would agree with him.
Yeah.
We're fighting reflections up here, but I can't see the roster if we don't
Why
have
don't
it.
you get that light on right
Well,
over
I
there?
couldn't find the plug. I got too many wires up here. So you come over here and you'll probably mess stuff up. There's no place to plug it in.
Right in front of you.
There's one there. You pull out anything and it's fine. Caden Webb with a nice block. Allen's going to fall forward, but it'll be short. And
Nice push.
it was. Sterling will turn it over on downs, but not before they penetrate back into the Garden Plain territory.
Turnover on down to the alley.
So Sterling's deepest push, but it was only a little over a 2-minute possession. Counter that
Counter
time.
try- Yep.
Was that the tray there?
I didn't see the
I didn't
backside
either.
tackle, but definitely was a counter.
It was a counter, which is not a bad idea since we're keying so hard on their guards and tackles. But a gain of 3, which after last week we would have taken any gain of 3. Quarter's moving right along. There aren't many more possessions left in this game. There's the counter tray right there and kind of overran it.
Nowak on the carry.
Nowak with a 3-yard gain, so it'll be 3rd and 3.
Kind of a big play again. I said that one was big early on. This is a big one here.
I would agree.
They probably punt if they're not too close, if we could stop them for no gain.
This is an on-2 play here. Now they go out of the power I with Adelhart dotting it. He'll get it, the ISO off tackle power, and he'll break a tackle, and a really nice block by their wide receiver. And Adelhart down the sideline. He'll get down to, it looks like, the 9-yard line.
They got a nice kick out block on Allen on that one.
They did, and they pinched our corner over there inside, and Adelhart, while he's not blazing, he's big and strong.
Well, he ain't slow. He probably beat me in a race.
Well, yeah. I've seen turtles run faster than you across the Sterling blacktop out here during the 4th of July, running away from people like you trying to catch them. So a bust there on a 3rd
They're
and
back
3.
in it again.
And off tackle, nice tackle
Really
there by,
good tackle.
Zane, I think. Oh, Royer.
that was
Cody
Cody
Royer.
Royer.
A really nice tackle.
Well, as Cody comes up the field, giving up about 40 pounds. Rain Isaac will check out for, that's
Gabe.
Gabe.
Back to the power eye there.
Yeah, and
It's your kind of football.
it
Mr.
is,
Director.
and under center, and they've had good success with that. So I think, you know, while it's not fancy, it's effective, and it wears you out. It's,
They're in their tee
you know,
now.
they're just to foot, and it's just
Just
pounding.
loading it up. They're going to throw it.
Yep, they had the old corner route with the tight end. Love that
And
right
he
there.
was going to be
had
wide open. Okay.
False start. And
False start called on the out.
your corners have to be aware of that. Those tight ends.
This is kind of like your dream game, Richard.
It is. It's beautiful.
Mainly so you can go sit in your chair by 9:15.
No,
That's the main
no.
reason you like it. Oh, I can get home to my chair by
I love
9:15.
I love running football. But I'll be honest, the way the kids throw the ball anymore today, like the kid at Sedgwick, they're just so good at it. They complete passes, and it wasn't long ago if you complete 4 or 5 passes a game, you were lucky, and these kids are just so accurate now that it is entertaining to watch them, unless you're playing against them. Okay, this is
What do you got? You know this one?
Yeah, this is going to be well, you know it's going to be a sweep.
Sweep. Quarterback.
And
Nice,
Allen
Allen.
comes right through there, but there might be a hold.
On them?
Yeah, Trevor, unless it's a face mask. Nope, it's a hold. I believe it might have been Trevor Oakes getting held at the nose, or Gabe Riffle.
Do you take it?
And the Schneider brothers are
Ooh, tough call here. I take it.
way out on the field,
I take it.
and the officials telling them.
Would it be 3rd and
Yeah, he
19 if they
declined it.
deny?
He declined it, I think.
3rd and 19.
Yeah, it would have been.
He declined it. Oh, because of the loss.
Right.
Holding
Yeah.
call
Oh, it's from the spot. You're
Yeah.
right.
declined. It'll be 3rd down.
Come on, D.
Goal for the Owls.
All right, what are they going to run?
Because this is 3rd and goal here, isn't it? They can't get a first down because they were
Right.
just inside the 10-yard line when Adelhart was run out of bounds. Tight end right up the seam.
Tight end.
This backside tight end.
Yeah.
Nope,
He's
he's
blocking.
not going. He's blocking, and
We
it's an
got him.
all-out blitz.
Oh, Allen.
And we had it covered well downfield.
Allen Anderson
And
with the sack.
Rockers might be hurt.
4th down and goal.
He's not getting up real
4th down.
fast.
So Allen wanted to do that last week to Hoffsummer, but couldn't really ever get to him. And
Holding his leg.
Well, I can't see.
Sterling College trainers out to check. Actually, that's our trainer out there, athletic trainer, I should say. He did throw off his helmet awful fast. So we won't speculate on what it is, but really a nice hold as Sterling.
It's not over. It's 4th.
It's 4th down, and
Until we get the ball back, let's not celebrate too much.
that's true. I was just making sure we understood what the situation was here, is that
your brother. Your brother sent some more scores. You want to read them?
sure,
Halftime scores.
Garden Plain lost 20 yards on this possession so far, and
4th and 30.
4th and 30 and goal.
And goal.
And we've been there before. Scott City and Holcomb 7-6. Hoisington 14-7 over Larned right now, and those are at halftime. Heston 24, Hillsboro 20. We play Hillsboro in 2 weeks. Maybe I may be wrong about that. 2 weeks. I think that's right. Over at Hillsboro.
What's the score on that one?
24-20.
Who are they playing?
Heston.
They're ahead.
Heston 24, Hillsboro 20.
Okay.
That was at halftime.
That's a lot of points for a half.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. They got a different quarterback in. Did you guys see?
I'm guessing it's Dare.
Yeah, 28. Is
Yep.
that the,
Uh-huh. And you generally don't have a 3rd and goal or 30 and goal. 4th and so he
Just
throws
chucking
it
it
up,
up to
which is
him.
a knock it down, Zane.
Oh,
Well, and then there will be a penalty on the backside. I'm not sure.
For what?
I don't know if that had been a horse collar on the
Maybe.
tackle.
It could be.
Pass intercepted by Zane Guerrero.
So it would have been nice if Zane would have knocked that down, so it turned out to be a decent punt, 15-yard punt, if you will. Personal foul, face mask. Okay. So that put it right back at the 30, so I guess it works out for Zane's stats.
All right. How do we get the ball in the end zone? This is getting so exciting. How do we get it down there and get it in?
It's going to take
Some trickeration.
some trickeration.
rocket pass. As a K-State fan, I know how Navy beat K-State in the bowl game last year with a rocket pass.
And as a not a K-State fan, I didn't mind. I didn't mind that at all. But I watched Navy play the other night, and they got whooped.
It's difficult to defend.
So explain what that is.
So it'll be look like a sweep to one of the wings, who will be coming screaming across, and then the play side tight end or receiver will go out on a pass route.
So a halfback pass is what
It
you
is,
kind of
yep.
like that. Well,
hope the corner breaks on the run. And he's just sitting behind him.
Timmy Gallagher is playing a heck of a game over on that right side, and he's eating that up. And he drops Allen for a 2-yard loss.
I wonder if he's the comedian's relative.
Tommy Gallagher.
Yeah. Well,
You're always good about those references that I have no clue about who those people are.
he's a comedian.
We obviously
He
don't watch the same
smashed
comedian.
watermelons. We talked about
Oh,
it.
yes, we have talked
We've
about
talked
that.
about him
yeah.
before.
Gallagher. Got Evan Burgess over here at tight end. Kaz is going to,
Fake me out.
he did fake me out. He gave it to Allen Anderson. That'll be no gain.
Allen Anderson on the carry, tackled by Anthony
It'll
Hayes.
be 3rd and 11 now with 1.5 left in the 3rd quarter. So this thing is blazing along, and there's not a lot of possessions left.
We got a long ways to go.
So 3rd and 11. Garden Plain playing great defense, giving up one big play, and that's it.
We're not playing too bad defense ourselves.
A sweep to Cody, the first time we've run that tonight. Nice block over by Zach Surface, but
He didn't even get to it.
never got to it.
Was that the outside backer that came up there? Or what?
Most likely. So a loss of 5. Sterling will.
So that's the rocket sweep that
Sets up the pass.
could potentially set up a pass
Pass.
another time. But they shut it down pretty quick.
Cody,
tough to
is,
throw that
It'd been really
quickly.
hard to throw that
Tough
one.
to throw that quickly.
Cody is left-handed. So running that way. Oh no.
God.
Just kick it.
Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Get it off.
Kick it.
Somehow kick that thing. Oh, he tried to.
Well, ironically, that's Garden Plain's going to take over on the 9-yard line, just where they started to finish the last series and ended up going backwards. So it's a lot to ask of the Sterling defense.
It is. That's an awful lot to ask.
And Sterling, that happened early in the first quarter, but were able to hold after the Owls snapped it over their head on a offensive possession. So again, it'll be 1st and goal unless the ball must be sitting on the line, but it will be 1st and 10 and 1st and goal.
That made a difference last time.
It did. Power eye.
Got him.
Nice penetration there by Anderson and Caden Webb, I believe. Huge.
Well,
I'm impressed with the defensive line of Sterling and their linebacking crew.
Well, Caden Webb's a good player.
He is, and that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. And so the Black Bears, people seeing this around the state, I mean in the central part of the state, are probably a little surprised when they see the 7-0 Sterling
To
trailing.
be honest, we probably are too. I mean, I thought we were going to play a lot better. I thought we were going to represent ourselves well, but I didn't know that we were going to be 7-0 after 3.
No, I would have bet against that a whole lot of money.
Now, Kay and I were watching the Chiefs last night.
Okay, what?
My wife.
Wow.
Well, we have a TV in our bedroom. and
She wasn't watching.
Yeah, but she asked me, and I wondered this too, since you're a kicker, why does the guy, before he kicks it off, smash the ball between his legs? Not mind his legs, his hands.
To make it softer. Those balls are rock hard, man.
And you think just by squeezing it, actually makes a difference?
Yes. Well, because those are
Every
special.
single kicker does that.
Those are special kicking footballs.
You're lying.
No, I'm not. They're special, and they never get to touch them. They sit over in a bag, and so they're rock hard. They're brand new footballs. They don't want those kickers to get out there and kick those old soft footballs.
Because they don't go as far?
Right.
You know, we use kicking balls. They're rubber.
You do?
They're rubber. We kick off with rubber.
So it's harder for the other guys to catch it?
Yeah,
Or what?
it goes a lot further. The bounces,
And it's legal.
and it's legal. NFHS approved.
So
I never knew that fact.
you should get one of those with your onside kicking ability.
Yes.
You struggled with that last night. I didn't see them all, but
We did pretty. I mean, Kale's a great kicker, but he can kick it far. Is the problem? He outkicks the coverage.
this week at Sterling High School, the Sterling volleyball bounced back after their losses to Sedgwick last week, defeated Berean Academy on Saturday 2-1, and then defeated Mound Ridge 2-0. And
Volleyball's doing pretty good overall.
cross country,
We'll have to have her up here and have an interview
we
one
will.
of these days.
She's just sitting down here, and cross country had a duel yesterday. They had avoided the big meet over at Heston, as was suggested by the State Activity Association. So they ran a duel with Lions and did really well, both teams.
My hands are starting to sweat. I got a little nerves.
T formation here for so look for the tight end
On the backside.
right here on the front side.
Front side.
Cody Oden, hope he's got his eyes on him, and there he
goes.
goes.
Oh my
Goes.
gosh, you called it. They got
Come
to
on,
come on,
Zane.
Zane. Oh! I
Atta
think he
baby.
picked it off
He did.
again.
Nice play by Zane.
Oh my gosh. Zane Guerrero.
Zane Guerrero with a great pick.
What a catch.
He probably threw it to the wrong one. He should have thrown it to the under receiver, and he was wide open.
I think Eddie's tied in too. The one you called. I don't
Yeah.
think anybody's guarding him.
And Brian, I know you talked about it. I mean, Zane came out his freshman year. I think you were coaching that year.
Yep,
And got hurt pretty early on.
he did.
And this is his pretty much first snaps of football since.
Exactly. First, I mean, he played a little last week,
Right.
got toasted for a touchdown in the third quarter.
Made some nice tackles, 2
He
picks.
has.
He played for me in junior high. He was a player. He just didn't. He was so physically undersized and hadn't matured yet. He didn't have the speed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he had the vision. He's always had the vision. He's a good running back too.
Yeah.
His brother, a really good running back at Smoky Valley back in before the teens. Allen, nothing there. They're just
Okay, we got to find a way. One big play.
Allen Anderson on the carry.
Dial one
by
up
Luke
here.
Tillman.
Is it too early? It's too early for the trickeration.
no. It's never too early if when you're. I mean,
Gotta
mean-
try something.
well, you know that shouldn't have happened there.
What?
That's twice they've been inside our 10,
I know.
and
We are primed to upset the #1 team in the state, and I'm standing up.
You're nervous.
And my hands are sweaty.
You are.
And our crowd should be more boisterous. I'm going to have to go lead some cheers.
They will if we score. Oh, wait. Kaz is going to be back
There
to
we go.
pass. He's got great protection. Oh, and he
Oh,
threw
no.
a pick
Oh,
six.
get him down.
Nope,
Not a 6.
not a
Just
six,
pick.
but it will be a pick. Force that one in there, and that'll give the Owls.
It was
Pass
iffy.
intercepted by
Needs a little touch. I think there was an opening behind him.
For the Owls.
The Owls will have it on the 11-yard line, so Sterling backed up against their own goal line once again. I don't think there's going to be anything tricky here.
You think they're just going to smash it?
I mean, they haven't had a lot of luck doing that, but, I mean, you can get a first down here. So you got 4 plays to go 10 yards, essentially.
They were open on their passes.
They were. Got a slant right here at the bottom of the screen if he wanted it. Now, that's a play they haven't run tonight.
That's a tough tackle. I'm telling you, that dude's a big dude, and he was moving. Whoever just, I think that was Cody Royer just stuck it in there. That's a pretty gutsy tackle.
Now, that's a play, and now they're hurrying up. They haven't run that tonight.
Hey, that's different.
Finish.
That was a nice play by Zach Surface. But
Get up and get ready. Hey, that guy's helmet came off. Either it's a ball. I can't really tell due to the lighting.
It's a helmet.
it's a helmet.
Get ready.
He's got to come out. Yep.
Which is he? What's he play? On the backs?
Yeah. Well, he might have been playing the tight end. He's kind of been playing
All right,
both.
get ready, dudes.
3rd and 1. 2.
3rd and 2.
Quarterback sneak.
T formation. And
Yep.
you called it, Clark. And he either got it or he's right on the line. They may have to measure.
He's going to get a first down. What he's going to get? He's not in.
4th
I
down.
think it's 4th and inches.
Yep.
Well, come on, guys. Dial one up here. Would this be something if they don't get in again?
That would be unbelievable. Some of the Sterling faithful offering a little,
I bet they sneak it again. What do you think?
I would. And get us to jump. Power off tackle.
Oh, he's
Adelhart.
And
He'll walk it in.
Just too. We had to sell out to stop
Yep.
the middle.
Yep.
You can't blame us. I mean, what else can you do? You got to stop the gut.
So with 9:26 here in the fourth quarter left, Reed Adelhart will score off tackle and make it 13-0. And the extra point is good, so 14-0. Garden Plain too many times backed up to our own goal line and finally broke.
Barely.
So yes,
Barely broke.
so a little discouraging, but big picture here, the Black Bears have played really well, but yeah. Inman 55, Ellenwood 0. No surprise there. Ellenwood might have the toughest schedule in the whole state at 1A. Last week they played Olpe, who's traditionally one of the better teams in the state. I think they're playing Inman tonight, which is ranked, and then they play Conway Springs, I think, next week. They also play Smith Center.
Do we play Inman?
We do not, no.
We don't play them.
1A.
That's too bad. It's always a good, fun game with them.
Next week the Black Bears will travel to Chaparral. We don't know. I don't know the situation down there if we can stream or not.
We got to figure it out.
Well, I've been in contact but have received none. And
You've got too many people counting on you.
well, they may stream it over Facebook
How
Live.
many we got watching tonight?
84 watching right now.
84 computers?
84 devices, yep. Haven 30, Smoky Valley 0, which is
We play Haven in
we
district.
do. I think
Wow.
Smoky is really down this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Did the Lambert guy move on?
Yeah, he's at K-State running track, I believe. Well, I
No,
don't think.
I mean the dad.
Oh,
that
no,
coaches.
no. He's still there.
He's still their coach?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, catch it.
Oh,
Oh, not good.
I didn't ever see the ball go up.
Kicked it straight,
Straight
up.
up.
I
And
think
looked
it
intentional. I mean,
it was way up
It
there.
was beautiful.
it was. No fair catch call. It's free.
Could you tell who caught that?
Yeah,
Zach?
surface, I think.
Was that Zach?
Looks like him coming over here. Out of the pile.
That was-
They took a good lick on
He
that
did.
catch.
He's pretty fearless.
Yes, he is.
Never been one to back away from anything.
No. Cass Comley comes in, try to find something. Coach Snyder looking for something he can get to.
Why would they give us a 40-yard head start? Haven't been able to move
Yeah,
the ball, but they're giving us a
Yeah, because
great field position.
we haven't shown we can run it back yet. Kaz will pull it, bubble it. Get a gain of 1.
Cass Conley on the carry, tackled by Reed Adelhart. Second down and 9.
One of the better crowds I've seen at Sterling High School for one of our football games in a long time.
Well, it's because the COVID release fundraiser we're doing tonight.
That is not true. I don't see a lot of social distancing, I might say.
That is, we've been stuck in our house with COVID for 6 months.
Beautiful weather, too.
It is a nice night.
Allen for no, well, I guess a gain of 1. It's taking a long time for Allen to get to the line of scrimmage before Kaz gets a ride in there. I apologize if our picture blurs up a little bit. There's nothing I can do about that. It's internet connection, and so it's blurring up on you. I know that, but
Can they still hear us? That's
they
the
can.
important
Oh,
part.
you know, they can definitely hear us if they have chosen to listen. It's another give off tackle. Allen bouncing off
Fighting
people.
for it.
Hey, he's just not doing it himself. Just give it to him again, I guess.
It'll be a 4th and 2, not quite 2.
Tackle made by Reed Adelhart. And 4th down and 2 for the Black Bears.
I don't know if Coach Schneider has a trap in, but I'd like to see one right now. Fullback trap.
Who pulls the guards?
One of the guards, just a quick pull
Right there on the one.
right
one
there.
Gap.
Yep.
Yep.
And I think Garden Plain Light would like to take a timeout.
Well, they probably heard you
Or-
talking about that trap. And then warning
Uniform
their-
malfunction.
Ah, that's what it
warning
is. You're
their
right.
guys.
Good catch. Probably had a chin strap that. didn't want to buckle, and the clock runs at 7:30 now. 4th and 2, and
Oh.
Kaz just got
Got it.
blasted.
Yeah, but we got the first down because he somehow got it to
Wow.
him. Allen had great hands to grab it.
Wow.
Jimmy Gallagher,
That one right there almost could have gone the distance. It looked bad, but it was not too far from breaking loose and going, which would have been huge.
I was too busy watching Kaz nearly have the snap stolen, or the handoff stolen.
Big first down.
That's huge. That's one of
why I
our
say-
few first downs that we've had tonight.
I think we need to do a freeze count because they're anticipating that snap. They're just too fast. I mean, I know they're fast, but
Go, Allen.
Allen has given it his all.
Get a gain of 5. And what's interesting about their defensive line, most of them, they're just holding up our offensive line enough to just cause a pile, not really trying to penetrate, just creating
Yeah.
piles there.
Don't you train him to do that? Hey, do not stand up and get blown off the ball. Just make us a pile, would you?
Well, you know, you
I'm
train
not
them.
asking you to be a superstar. Basically, just lay in the hole, would you? No?
It's true.
You may train them that way, but they
No, you watch the film, they stand straight up.
stand straight up and run through.
Not my guys are, my D line's not doing that. They're doing pretty good.
Kaz calmly comes around the edge, and their outside linebackers just filling.
It was a nice shed by their one tech.
Well, we
I don't know
have,
who he discarded, but
6.
72 got through pretty quick.
so we're third and 6, 7. Donovan Hopewell hasn't touched it for a long time. He caught a big pass last week, and he's kind of been silent.
What are you going to do here? I mean, Allen got you 5 last time in this situation.
You'd like
Just on his own.
to sneak your tight end up there, but
Hmm.
Allen flew through there, but he didn't get it. So it'll be 4th and 7.
By Timmy Gallagher. 4th down and 7.
Gallagher, who is probably the player of the game, he has been everywhere
Why are you saying he's player of the game?
because he's been all over us.
What is he playing?
He's playing right there at the nose or the one tech.
No, it's the middle linebackers. They're all state guy.
I know, but Gallagher's been in our backfield.
What number?
He's 72.
Mm-hmm.
You agree with him?
His last couple plays, he's definitely been in the backfield. Going up against Trevor Oaks, it looks like.
He's tilted in there. He's the
Throw it. He's got him. Oh, you got to throw it earlier, Kaz. Oh. Well,
a really nice protection on that, but they had it well covered
I thought we
too.
had a pretty good window there. Just the ball got out later than it should have, maybe.
Yeah, he'd have had to have it to throw a bullet.
Yes, he can throw a bullet.
Well, that was a 50-yard bullet.
If he threw it earlier, it'd be a 30-yard bullet.
We'll agree to disagree that Kaz could have completed that. But you're the quarterback guru.
Quit making fun of me.
I'm not. You
You're
are.
making fun of me.
I am not. How many times did you throw it last night?
Quite a bit.
Threw it 4 times last week. So disappointing, but you were 4 for 4.
I threw it quite a bit last night.
Garden Plain will choose to probably eat a little clock here, I would guess. 4:41 left. And that's a good idea there as Dare has a whole big hole. And he fumbled I thought he fumbled it. I saw something else, shadow or something. He'll get
Saw
11.
One of those black helmets. They kind of look like
Yeah.
footballs out there bobbing around.
The old student body.
I never knew that you had kicking balls.
Yes.
That's only for kicking.
Sterling will take a timeout.
Never known
4:24
that.
in the NFL, you mean?
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
NFL. I never knew they got a new ball. They get a new ball for every kick.
New ball every time.
Timeout called by the Buccaneers.
Okay. So why is he trying to soften it up if he wants it to be as hard as it can be?
No, he doesn't want it to be as hard as he can be. He
Yeah.
wants it to be soft.
Then why do they use a new ball?
So those guys don't kick it a million miles. Because they sit over there and they'll push them and flatten them and get them as soft as they can so they can pound that ball as far as they want, punting and kicking. So have you ever kicked a brand new ball right out of the box?
Hold on. The NFL makes you use a new ball.
Yeah, not us.
It's not the team choosing the ball.
Yeah, the NFL does that.
Right.
Oh, that makes way more sense. I thought you were saying the teams were saying, let's use a new ball every time but the NFL mandates it so that people don't cheat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tom
okay.
Brady.
Put helium in it.
And so that whole Tom Brady thing was over what the NFL did?
They were releasing the ball, air in the ball.
Taking the air out
The
after they
NFL
checked him.
The NFL was.
No,
The staff of the Patriots, because they
Yeah.
were the home team.
After the refs checked him, they would air him. Drain some air.
I see.
so they're a little softer, so you can hold them better and throw them, especially when it's cold.
I see. That controversy makes a little more sense, too.
You know, people out there going, "Wow," shaking their heads.
Got him.
That's just a tough play right
Nice
there.
read.
It is.
I was faked out. I thought we had him in the backfield.
Kenny Dayer on the carry. Tackle
You know, they
ball.
ran that earlier, and they ran that with some nice success against Conway Springs. They just didn't run it as much tonight, but it has been effective here the 2 or 3 times they've run it in the second half. Now 4 minutes left. And unless things change here, Sterling will go 0 for the year, and we have not put any points on the board either.
It's fine. We look so much better this week. We're going to have a really nice season. And
There with another nice carry for
It'll
6 or 7.
help getting Jonas back, too. I think Braxton's done a much better job this week, but
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Jonas's experience just,
Now is Jonas
missed.
healthy? Is he going to be able to get back?
I don't know. I haven't heard.
Sterling, everybody hates the term moral victory, but
no,
this
is
is
a moral
good.
victory.
I agree. And this is
It's a difference maker.
it's a confidence maker for our kids.
It's making a confidence for me.
Me too.
I just can't wait for next week to see how much better
Throwing
we are.
it.
They are.
Nope.
Good hit.
Nice hit there. That was almost a little Conway Springs single wing action.
Dayer catching the back.
You know, I've always felt moral victories are fine
Second down, 13.
depending on what you do with it,
Exactly.
how you respond to it in the following weeks.
Well,
We'll see.
yes. You got to continue to get better.
Yep.
Little crossbuck action, and
Cody Royer, is that him again?
he's had a really nice football game
No,
tonight.
that's a 50 number. That's like, I think that's Linden. Those guys are just putting their nose in on them bigger backs, play after play. That might have been Caden Webb. That wouldn't be so good. He'd be 7 years down.
Yeah, right. Not shrug that far.
3 yards down the field.
Well,
Who called timeout?
we did. I feel so good about, and it's stupid to say this, but I feel
Then
so good
watch
about
how
our
you're
kids.
saying it. We just confirmed some things if you
Well,
just blast it out there.
I feel good about. I felt really bad last week. I thought we played better than I watched the film. We didn't play well at all.
I'm telling you, that was not the reality, though. I knew that all along. We had a center that practiced one day, and we don't practice against the air raid stuff.
No.
I mean, we try to, but since we don't run it, who do you bring in to throw it?
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in practice. And if you got nobody to throw it, then how do you really practice it?
Yep.
And
I
I've
think
been
they had Carson Scheimer running the scout team QB.
exactly a
He
freshman,
throws it good.
Yep.
but you can't simulate
You
that.
can't simulate 6'3", probably a college prospect.
Yeah,
That kid's good.
Mm-hmm. Junior.
Yeah. I don't know where he's going to end up going, but somebody's got to recruit that.
Well, I feel as much as anything physically how we're playing and matching up, because Garden Plains always physical.
Yeah.
And
You got to take this into consideration. Reese Bressler's
Mm-hmm.
home
Out,
probably
that's
watching
right.
this broadcast.
one of our better linemen.
No, he's a great blocker. Okay? You've got Gunther, our starting center, all bandaged up. So you got those spots filled with freshmen some of the time. You know, you get those two guys back with the gains we've made in these 2 weeks. This offense, Kaz will get better. The
Yep.
timing with the backs are going to get better. This offense takes a long time
It does.
to get better. It's not an easy thing. It's a lot of repetitions. And it's going to get better. We get those guys back, and we get to the games that matter. We're gonna look pretty good.
Third down and 12.
3rd and 7. The flanker over there, he was going deep. And it's always the walk of shame back as they hang their head going, man, everybody in the world is seeing me jump.
At that point, you can just sprint to
Yep.
the end zone and keep going.
Yeah. I have
Carry
actually
it out.
just right to the tunnel. Actually did that in high school.
Just left
First
the field.
play of the game.
Oh, took off.
Yep. Man, I got ripped for that. That was embarrassing. It was supposed to be the big play. You know, we're going to surprise him, and I jump. Oh.
Practiced it all week.
Yep, all week.
Oh, there's a pretty good hold
Wrap
on that
up,
one.
yep.
Another great tackle.
Adelhart with the carry.
We were tackling so much better than
Yeah.
last week.
Well,
last week we just didn't tackle very
I think
good.
Coach Snyder said we missed 27 tackles last week, and so even with the cruddy weather we had all week, they evidently got some work in. And
Mm-hmm.
but really impressed with how physical we are overall. Of course, we're older. A lot of these kids played as freshmen.
I'm going back to the point when Garden Plain came out with all them kids, and I looked over at our kids, and it used to be like,
Yes,
oh, there's our 15 guys,
yes.
and they got the whole town over there. And now it's like, well, they got the whole town over there, but we got a pretty good-sized group, too.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, things are clicking here.
I'll be curious to track Garden Plain as the year goes on, too.
Yeah.
New system for them.
True.
You know, they're learning
They'll
everything.
probably
Second
get
game.
better, too, yeah.
Curious to see how they pan out.
Hey, you got the camera on the flippers down there?
No, I don't have them on the flippers.
Why not? Why
Man,
Why
who
not?
was that?
Ashlyn Spangenberg, maybe?
Oh my gosh, she's added.
Yep.
That was impressive.
Pretty quick. She got quick feet on the flip.
We gotta make her a long jumper or something. Of course, you can't jump off 2 feet, and they don't care how high you go. Maybe
I
a
bet
high
she's
jumper.
pretty fast.
Yeah, she is.
We should race the cheerleaders.
There's not one cheerleader you would beat
No, me and you together.
in a relay of 10
Yeah,
yards.
Relay.
A 10-yard relay. I think I may get one of them. Nope. I don't think I could beat any one of them. 1:53 left. Sterling uses their final timeout. It's 4th and 7 or 8. Really, Garden Plain has,
Whole playbook here.
yeah, the whole playbook if you want it, or you just run it off tackle and take your 4th down.
I'd
And,
run it and put us back on offense.
oh, we know what's
Here
coming
comes the
here.
sweep.
The sweep. You better get ready.
They're going to run a trick off of it and make us look stupid. Nope.
Nice
Alan.
play. Oh, my gosh. Alan Anderson has had a great game, and
He's had a lot of behind the line of scrimmage tackles.
I think some of the offensive linemen at Garden Plain are probably considering that film may not be the greatest week this week, but your film can
It
help
does
you.
not lie.
It does not lie, and it helps you get better.
It's like my singing groups when I listen to a recording and say, man, that tape is messed up. What happened to that tape? How come we sound so bad? Something's not right with the reel in this tape. But nope, it is what it is.
Well, if you're watching from Garden Plain, you realize that Clark is he is the state's best choir director,
No, I am not. Don't say that stuff.
and
I'm
his
just one of the many.
his protege is Cassidy Puderbaugh, who is from Sterling College
Oh,
and
yeah,
worked
she's
under
mine. Love her.
Kaz with the throw.
Oh, my.
Just struggled getting that off.
Oh, man.
So
Just thinking of Allen, this is his, as long as I can remember, this is his first game defensively not starting on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and he looks good back
He looks
there.
good. Kind of that, I mean, he's a quick kid, gets off the ball
Yeah.
fast, he's
We may
getting
have
ahead
found
of
a-
steam.
May have found a gold mine there.
we moved it. Well, he played as a freshman. We made him a nose guard or
Yes.
a one tech to execute or utilize his speed.
Quickness.
And if you can't tell, Mr. Wenzel coached. How long did you coach? 5 years, 6 years?
5 years.
5 years, and this year decided to be a dad. And I coached for 23 or 24, and know very little.
Decided to sit in your chair.
No, I do this to keep track of you.
You should take a picture of your chair and put it up on the internet for everybody to see.
I'm not in my chair that much.
What is this hole in this chair?
It's a nice chair.
I
It's
did.
conformed to.
I did
shape-
hurt myself because of that chair in the spring. I was out for 4 or 5 weeks.
12 hours a day in the chair.
I never want that again. So if we have to go hybrid or whatever it is where we go to school and we teach, I want to go to school and teach. I don't want to do like last spring. And
You teach from your classroom?
absolutely.
Eagle shift.
Legal
Like,
motion to
Zach Surface started going forward a little too early.
You know, those guys in those positions are goosey, I've noticed. They've got so much pressure on them to do their job, but
Timing.
they just got to get out there. And they jump it. They're always leaning a little bit.
Is it second or third down?
Second down. Kaz will drop the snap, and I believe Garden Plain will get it. And a few knees here, and that'll do it. Garden Plain will go 2-0, and they may walk out of here feeling a little down, like they didn't play very well. But I think as time goes on, they'll realize that
We're pretty good.
Sterling's better than we thought, obviously, and
It's not better than I thought. I never said a bad thing last time, except for we don't practice against that air raid.
well, I did say we didn't tackle well, and we didn't, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. And
It's because we're tackling in this huge amount of space.
yes, so we're going to face that though as the year goes on.
Are we? Who else
Well,
does
sure.
that?
Probably everybody but us.
Well, these guys didn't.
You're right.
I guess Garden Plain's probably going to win a lot of games that aren't real high scoring. Because they take time off the clock, too.
I agree.
Yeah, they do.
Look at last week's game, too.
Yep.
Yeah, so they're going to win some games by 2 touchdowns and 3 touchdowns.
We know Lions is going to run it.
Yes.
Hey,
yeah, we know they're going to run
We're
it.
going to
They're
be
gonna
done
run
by 9 o'clock. Is that a record for a football game?
Yes, for us.
Yep.
And not be a running clock.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So a 4-quarter game, which Garden Plain's been in 2 tough football games the last 2 weeks, and so they're getting battle tested.
Yeah, I bet they're glad they came over here.
Yes.
I bet they like our grass.
They've got great grass. I'll tell you what.
How do you know they got
their
great
ground
grass? When
crew-
have you ever been there to see their grass?
I've driven by it, but I've talked to
Oh,
their
my
grounds person.
gosh.
No, Clark, I'm telling you what, their grounds person takes care of their yard, their field, and the Andale field. And
The same guy?
yep, because they're in the same district, and their field is immaculate. It's both fields are, but ours is pretty darn good.
Ours is immaculate. You get out there, it is
Much
it
better
is
than the turf.
Soft.
So I can see that there's a few heads down, but you got to feel like a victory was achieved in some form or fashion.
You know, we really didn't get any injuries out of the night.
No.
And we played terrible tough. Is this the new norm?
I think they line up on the hashes.
Is that a
this it?
Acacia thing? Because all of a sudden Marion kids were all lining up there.
Yeah, it must be. You didn't know that?
No, I was thinking, why are these kids lining up like that? Oh, I bet they love this.
Nice wave.
I bet these guys saying, "Oh, thank you." We get to line up and wave at each other.
Yeah. And then
And
how
now-
long do you stand there?
And now we're gonna clap at the fight song.
Well, we're seeing unusual things. There's just no
Yeah.
doubt. But you know, the best part is we're getting to play football.
Yep.
That's true.
And
Hey,
getting
and
to
we're
play
going to
football.
school.
And we're going to school, going to football. And really good football game tonight.
And we
Sterling.
got to watch the highlight of the night, the trainer table just get waylaid.
Speaking of which, you might tune into Small Town
Hey, that was
Sports
Town
pretty
Sports.
good. I
There we
watched
go.
it.
last week.
How
that-
many people watched it?
I don't know how many people, but
Get that. Tell everybody what to do.
well, on Wednesday nights, you can watch it on SHS Black Bears or follow Canton Galva Broadcasting as Canton Galva Broadcasting in Sterling and Haven, and we'll take anybody else that wants to get involved with this, showing highlights of your games and things, and throw it to and do that and focus on small town Kansas and not always as it seems that the news stations that always kind of cover the bigger schools. And so that's every Wednesday night, I think at 8:30, and
On
Mr.
the internet.
on the internet.
Did you tell them how to go? Did I face off?
Well, shsblackbears.com, there's a link up there that says Small Town Sports Central Kansas, and
First episode's up.
yeah, it is, and we try to cover everything, and if the more people we get to cover it, the more coverage a lot of the schools get. And even if you don't want to participate, I know that Taylor Kaufman over at Canton Galva will take your video if you'll
Films and
share
put
it with
'em
him,
up, yeah.
and show highlights and scores in his class over there. And Mr. Wenzel did all the graphics, and he did the voiceovers, and I do a little bit of the video here. So trying to recognize kids in small towns around, and we'll have some highlights this week, I think.
Are you calling Garden Plain small then?
Well, yeah, they're like us.
2A.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're 2A. 2A, 3A is what we're really
2
doing.
and 3A.
We're
okay.
not covering Sedgwick County necessarily, but we'll take it.
We put a highlight of Sedgwick County up there.
I'll definitely put Garden Plain in there, but it's really just Rice, Reno, Harvey. But really nice game by the Sterling Black Bears. Garden Plain comes into Sterling.
Very physical game.
Amen.
What do you guys think about it? I thought there's a lot of
Yeah,
physical football.
I would agree. I loved
and,
it.
We did not back down from it either. Our
No.
kids tackled. They
good to
play
see.
hard. Yeah.
Yep.
So a little bit of pop in the step is next week comes in. Next week we'll travel again to Chaparral. I don't know who Garden Plain is, and I apologize for not knowing that, but
And we might not be on the internet.
I can't promise you. I
Will
don't.
your
I know they're. I know they're.
Wi-Fi not work out there?
Well, I don't know that, and they're restricting how many people can come, and so I don't know if they'll let us. I do know Mr. Laudermilk said that they did Facebook live stream their game, and so maybe they'll do that. But hopefully I'll know, and if I'll know something, and we'll put it out on the schools thing, and also I'll have it on shsblackbears.com, because I know you just can't wait to hear Clark and I. I don't think Eric will make the trip next week, but if he wants to, he's more than welcome to. And so really a positive night.
We'll have to do a Shark Tank sports show sometime.
Yeah, we could do that.
I mean, in the middle of one of these seasons.
I give a shout out to Scott Hogan and Brad Hallier. They have a podcast that they do every week now that focuses on sports in Central Kansas.
Okay,
and
tell people how to go see that.
well, I'm not. If I think if it's on, if you can go to the KSKU website at Astra Radio, I think, and they do that podcast every week, weekly, and covers local college sports and high school and that kind of thing. Brad Hallier used to work for the Hutch News, and I think he's the journalism teacher at Hutchinson Community College.
Okay.
So thank you all for watching and putting up with Clark and I, and thanks to Eric for adding his and his halftime interview, and for Eric Wenzel, business teacher at Sterling High School, Clark Comley, choir teacher, legendary, and the
Not
Shark,
legendary. Quit saying that.
and Brian Richter, I teach social sciences at Sterling. And we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you hopefully soon. And stay safe and stay healthy. Thanks for watching the Black Bear Broadcasting Network. Garden Plain defeats the Black Bears 14-0.
Yeah, it was a nice showing.
Oh my God.